Hello and welcome to my channel, The Cheating Diaries. Emily was 20 years old. She had blue eyes and golden hair. Her family was poor, but they were happy. They lived in a small house and cared deeply for one another. Emily loved to read books, and she often dreamed of a better life. One sunny morning, Emily went to the village market. It was busy with people selling fruits, vegetables, and handmade goods. There, she met a boy named John. John was tall and handsome, with dark hair and a kind smile. He came from a rich family that owned a big house and many lands. Emily and John started talking. They enjoyed each other's company and quickly became friends. They spent time walking in the fields and along the river, sharing stories and dreams. John told Emily about his wish to travel and learn new things, while Emily spoke of her hope for a brighter future. Their friendship grew stronger, and soon they realized they had fallen in love. One day, while walking by the river, John held Emily's hand and said, "Emily, I love you. Will you marry me?" Emily was overjoyed. She looked into his eyes and replied, "Yes, John, I love you too." They hugged, filled with happiness, and began dreaming about their future together. But their happiness didn't last long. John's parents found out about their relationship and were unhappy. They believed Emily wasn't good enough for their son because her family was poor. John's mother said, "John, you cannot marry Emily. She is not from a wealthy family." His father added, "You need to marry someone who can bring status and wealth to our family." John was heartbroken. He loved Emily deeply and didn't want to leave her. He argued with his parents, saying, "I love Emily. She is kind, intelligent, and caring. Money doesn't matter to me." But his parents refused to listen. They said, "If you marry Emily, we will not support you anymore." Emily soon learned about the problem. She was deeply sad but didn't want to create trouble for John. One evening, she told him, "John, maybe it's better if we don't marry. I don't want to make your life harder." John held her hand and said, "No, Emily, I love you. We'll find a way to be together." Days passed, but nothing changed. John's parents remained firm in their decision. Emily's family also heard about the situation and grew worried. Her mother said gently, "Emily, we want you to be happy, but maybe it's best to let John go. His family will never accept you." Emily cried many nights, torn between her love for John and the reality of their situation. One day, she made a difficult decision. She met John by the river and said, "John, I love you, but it's better if we don't marry. Your parents will never accept me, and I don't want to make your life harder." John's heart broke. He replied, "Emily, I cannot imagine my life without you, but I understand. I will always love you." They hugged and cried together, knowing their love was strong, but the world was against them. They decided to stay friends and support each other from a distance. Emily returned to her life with her family, working hard and helping them. John continued his life, but he never forgot Emily. Years passed, and though they were apart, their love remained in their hearts. Emily worked in the village, helping her family and neighbors. People admired her kindness and gentle nature. John worked hard in his family's business, always fair and kind to everyone. One day, Emily's father became very sick. She stayed by his side, caring for him day and night. John heard about her father's illness and decided to help. He visited Emily's house with medicine and food, saying, "Emily, I'm so sorry about your father. Please let me help." Emily was touched by John's kindness. "Thank you, John. Your support means so much to me," she said. John continued to visit, bringing what the family needed. Slowly, Emily's father recovered. She thanked John with tears in her eyes, saying, "You have a big heart. I will never forget your kindness." John smiled and said, "Emily, I will always be here for you." They began spending more time together. talking about their dreams and memories. They still loved each other, but they knew John's parents would never approve of their love. Soon, John had to leave for the city for work. He told Emily, "I will write to you." Emily replied, "I'll miss you, John. Take care." In the city, John worked hard and became successful. He saved money and often thought about Emily. He wrote her letters, sharing his experiences, and Emily replied, telling him about life in the village. Years later, John returned to the village to visit Emily. When she opened the door, she was surprised and happy to see him. "John, you're back!" she exclaimed. John smiled and said, "I missed you, Emily." They talked for hours, sharing their stories. John finally said, "Emily, I still love you. I want to be with you. I have saved enough money, and I don't need my parents' approval anymore." Emily was touched but worried. "John, I love you too, but are you sure? I don't want to cause problems for you." John replied, "Emily, you are my happiness. I want to spend my life with you." They decided to get married in a small ceremony with Emily's family and close friends. John's parents didn't attend, but the couple didn't let that stop them. They moved to the city and started a new life. They faced many challenges, but stayed strong because of their love. Over time, they built a happy life together, raising children and teaching them the values of love and kindness. As they grew old, Emily and John looked back on their journey with pride. They knew their love had overcome many obstacles. They were grateful for the life they had built together, knowing that true love never dies. The end.